It's been 4 days since my Nuss procedure where I had 2 titanium bars put into my chest. If you are just catching me now for the first time, please go back in the playlist and watch the first videos. You'll understand a little bit better what's happening. But I wanted to give another update and talk about some things I probably missed in the last video. It's been 4 days. I think that my sleepiness has lessened a little bit. I must be getting more used to the increased dose of gabapentin because that was making me so sleepy. Like I just would want to sleep all day, which isn't great. I'm feeling a little bit better. I had my first shower today finally, and so I'm feeling better from that. I'm definitely having some extra swelling, which is like making my body look weird. So again, I'm feeling a little bit of like, this is not my body type of a feeling when I look at myself in the mirror. And I'm hoping that that changes over time. You know, I do expect that I will look different because, you know, I had a giant dent in my chest before and now they pushed it out. So everything's going to be, you know, shifted a bit. But for right now, with all the swelling and everything, I'm like, this is not my body. Who is this? This does not look right. And I hope a lot of that is just from the swelling and things needing to kind of settle into their new place. But what else? I did forget to mention in my last video that ever since they pulled the catheter out, I've not had any kind of like bladder urgency, if that makes sense. So I, for my entire life, really have had random times where my bladder was just like overactive and it's like, hey, you need to go now. And so I don't get like a warning sometimes ahead of time. And even like with my last surgery that I had, my knee surgery, my bladder was very overactive. So it was like, like, you got to go now. And, and I was like attached to an ice machine thing. I'd have to detach myself and somehow get on my crutches and like rush to the bathroom. And I wasn't always making it, to be honest, because that was like, I didn't have any time, any warning. And so this time, my bladder is like, it's not even really talking to me much at all. And so I'm just kind of noticing like, hey, it's been a few hours, you know, I can press on my bladder and like feel that there's something in there. Like when you push your bladder and it's full, you kind of feel like, okay, yeah, I gotta go. But my bladder's not talking to me. It's not overactive. It's just not active at all. And I'm sure that'll come back over time. But that's been kind of a weird thing where I was like expecting to have like incontinence issues after surgery and I don't. So that's actually very nice. So I'm just like going when I think my bladder's probably full, like it's been a few hours. Another thing is similar is like I wasn't really hungry the first few days. Like I wasn't feeling signs of hunger. But I was eating and I was eating appropriately, like appropriately sized meals and stuff. So I don't think I was like losing any weight over the last few days, but my hunger has started to come back as of yesterday, I guess. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I like haven't really talked about or mentioned, things that I forgot because I was sleepy. But yeah, the biggest thing right now is I feel so grateful. My pain is very well managed. I have not had to take any of the oxycodone that they gave me. So I'm basically just on the gabapentin, which is a nerve blocker type of a thing. I'm on Tylenol and ibuprofen for pain and then inflammation. And I'm also on a muscle relaxer called Robaxin. And then I'm on some other things for nausea, and I think that is most of it, plus whatever medications I was taking before. And I haven't gotten back to all of my supplements yet, but I did just start taking bromelain again for inflammation because I definitely feel like I have a lot of inflammation like around the rib cage and whatnot. So pain is very well managed. I've not actually had anything that I would be like, oh, this is bad pain. you know, it is difficult and tight to breathe. So I feel like I have like a corset around my chest. Excuse me. Did not sleep well last night. I feel like I have a corset around my chest that's like very tight. And the first several days, it definitely like hurt a little bit when I would inhale deeply. Like the first little part of the inhale wasn't really hurting too much, but like, you know, when you try to inhale more deeply, that would hurt. Now is like a little better than that, I would say. And it was never very high on a pain scale. So it would be like a 2 to 3 on the pain scale for me out of 10, which it seemed totally tolerable. You know, it kind of stinks to be feeling like everything's so tight and like it's hard to breathe when it's like you got this surgery to stop that, like to stop that from happening. But I do realize that like I'm recovering from a pretty major surgery. And so, you know, it's just going to be that way for a little while and not forever, hopefully. I know that the bars can make it so that it does feel kind of tight because they kind of prevent some movement with your rib cage that naturally happens when you are trying to inhale. But I think that a lot of it is also due to like inflammation and just my body trying to heal from this surgery. So I don't think that how I feel now is how I'm going to feel, you know, 6 months from now, even though the bars will still be in. So that's the main symptoms that I'm having really is just the like inhale, like a little bit of pain or discomfort. Now it's turning more into a discomfort than a pain. So, I mean, that's definitely improved over the last few days. Just when I really try to inhale, I am using the incentive spirometer, try to do it every hour when I can. And, you know, I'm getting a little bit better with that every day. Definitely not at my goal for that, but I am improving every day, which I think is great. So yeah, other than that, my husband's been helping with, you know, meals. I do feel like I can move. I'm trying to be careful with how much I move because I know some people have said like, you know, you don't like lift your arms too high or do all these different things. I'm like, well, I can move my arms decently normally, but I don't want to pull and stretch anything like with my stitches or my other incisions. So I'm just being very careful. But yeah, short of breath. Feel like there's some really like a lot of tightness. And yeah, I think that's about it for now. I've got good support. So I definitely recommend if you're having this procedure, have good support because you can't lift or pull or, you know, anything like over 5 to 10 pounds for a good while, like 6 weeks. And so think about like trying to grab something out of your upper cabinets or even pulling open the door of your refrigerator can be frustrating. You know, any little thing that you do every day, just even getting dressed is, you know, can be difficult. I've got my new button-down shirt here. So button-down shirts are your friend. I feel like I am capable of putting on a regular shirt if it's like a looser one, but it's still like, I think the button-down is very helpful. And like I said, I don't want to stretch things. I tried to sleep in my normal bed last night, which is an adjustable bed, but it really wasn't like that comfortable trying to sleep on my back. I'm just not used to that. So that I'm having the same issue in the recliner. Like I'm just not used to being on my back. So that's been a little bit frustrating, I guess. And I did not sleep well last night. Also have 4 times a day that my alarms go off for medication. And one of those times is at like 1:15 in the morning. So I'm having to wake up to take meds in the night. And then sometimes it's hard to fall back asleep. But I can't think of a whole lot else for right now. Maybe I'll do another video at some point of like which things have been most helpful to me to have near like within arm's reach. Or which things have been like most helpful to me, like when I was at the hospital, when I got home, that kind of stuff. Let me know if that's something that interests you. If, you know, I definitely like I said in my other video, like other people's videos were so helpful to me when I was preparing for this procedure. And, you know, I just want to like give it back by sharing my experience. So that's where I'm at right now. And, I hope this helps somebody and I'll see you in the next one.